I'll never
Hello everybody, this is your girl LishaJoya. Thank you very much for coming to this YouTube video. I am in a place called the Lost Unicorn. I'm in someone's house, not my own. The Lost Unicorn has like a lot of places you can go and do, and it's just a really overall beautiful place to go. My intention is to bring my beautiful wife here. And speaking of my wife, this is the subject of this video. Now, I want to tell you guys the reason why I spoil my wife so much. The reason why I put so much care into everything I do in regarding this woman. I went through some drama back in March when I was an auctioneer for an auction house in Second Life, and drama arose when I was calling auctions on a Sunday, and a person thought that I was purposely trying to be mean to them in the Papillon community, which I was not. I thought I checked all the auction times, and I thought I was being respectful and thoughtful to other people's auction times, so I wasn't encroaching and being disrespectful to them. So I checked around thinking that I was good to call at auctions on Sundays at 4 p.m. However, I was sadly mistaken when I was calling auctions peacefully and drama arose in the Papillon community, and people were being really rude and really mean, and I had no idea what was going on because all my chats were closed. I really love all the people in the Papillon community. I actually love all you guys in general. You guys have been such a great source of inspiration towards me, but drama arose, and my now wife was curious about what was the hubbub behind all the drama. So she messaged me and we became really good friends. And she came to my auctions, she supported me, she even helped me set up for auctions and prizes, and this sense of connection that I've had with her was really amazing from the very beginning. Even though I was with somebody else in real life and in Second Life, the same person. She kept her distance to be respectful, and she is just the most kind, giving, loving, generous, thoughtful person you can have in your corner as a partner, a friend, or anything you can have in your life, whether it's Second Life or real life. I know, I'm pouring my guts out in a YouTube video in my Second Life avatar, but there was more drama that happened after that. So the auction house I was working for when this drama happened knew, which I had no idea at the time, that the auction time was a conflict of interest. I innocently had no idea, and I had no intention of trying to purposely disrespect people in the Papillon community, because again, I love them all so much, and they're all so special to me, and I really appreciate them all. However, people came to crash me while I was auctioneering at this auction house, and if you guys don't know, I'm a weapons creator here in Second Life. I create some really crazy weapons, even some things that can get me banned out of Second Life. And I did not want to be the old person I used to be when I used to be an info hub brat, and I used to go into crashing, griefing wars and all that other fun stuff. My fight is not the same fight as it was. I was quite immature back in the day, and now as I'm older in SL and in real life, I decided that I wasn't going to be that way. So I asked the owner to protect me by banning these people, and she would not. During this time period, I had access as some rights in the group to ban people off the land, and when I did, all my crashing had stopped. However, my rights were revoked, and I could not protect myself via the old-fashioned way, via banning people, so the crashing started to continue. I told my then boss, so-called friend, that this was happening, and they continued to refuse to protect me, and it was just so offensive at the time. At that time, I worked with someone I loved as a sister. I still do, but my love has severely diminished quite a bit because I saw the true colors of this individual. I only told this person information, and only this information. It didn't go past my lips. I may have told my wife, but my wife's not the kind of person that relinquishes my secrets or tells people things about me. She's very secretive herself, and she's the kind of perfect partner for me. Now, I told this quote-unquote sister-only things, and it came back through this friend slash auction house owner, and the auction house owner returned my items from a stall I rented, and I still had time left. And I didn't go to this auction house for quite some time because I was still quite upset about not being protected by my friend who was the owner of this auction house. So my wife then, who is just my friend, would go and check my time, send me screenshots, etc., just to, see if I was going to come back or not. However, I decided I wasn't after my stuff was returned. Since then, well, some time had passed, and I did not come back to this auction house, and people kept asking me if I was coming back. Even my quote-unquote friends, patrons at her auction house were asking me if I was going to come back to the auction house. And I did not say yes or no. In fact, I didn't even answer the IMs because I'm secretive in that fact that I don't relinquish drama. Well, to make a long story short, I eventually IM'd my quote-unquote now ex-friend, the auction house owner, tried to make amends, even though I don't need to make amends with somebody who's the one at fault. But I wanted to be the bigger person and just reach out because I missed her as a friend and I wanted her back in my life in some way or the other. Unfortunately, later on that night, even after I thought we rehashed everything back and things were good, I went to her auction house on my main account, which is this account, LishaJoya Haven, and to support her. I didn't buy anything, but I did tip her 300 lindens on this account. Then I crashed at her auction house. Again, I crashed at her auction house. So I got smart and logged in my main alt, which is LishaJoya Haven alt resident. And I tipped her another 700 lindens. I didn't even buy anything or even bid on anything at her auction house. I just went there just to support her. During this time period, this quote-unquote sister messages me. She's an auctioneer there as well. And she asked me why did I add her as a friend on my main alt. And I only have 40 to 43 people as friends on my account there because I keep my friends small on alts. And I told her she'd never add me. We never added each other, and so she was insistent on me trying to add her back, and I did not add her because I never added her in the first place on that alt account. So she got all offended and stuff, and we started talking, And I did record a conversation that I had with this ex-friend as it was happening, because this friend is known to change my conversation logs and paste them and pass them to other people and say I said stuff that I never did. So to protect myself, I did go in and protect myself and record the conversation that I had with her as it was happening, but it was always on my computer. My wife was insistent on me putting it on my YouTube channel that very same day on private or on unlisted, just to protect myself for documentation purposes, but I never did. My wife should have listened to her. Anyways, this quote-unquote friend, this auction house owner, found out from my sister, who I only told, mind you, that I recorded this quote-unquote conversation. Said that I recorded everything, all the drama that happened since March, since the original drama, and that never happened. I made a few YouTube videos of my real life self being pissed off about the conversation, and my wife actually came to my side and defended me before these people. And I never had a partner that had ever defended me here, ever. Everyone else has just let me to the wolves. And for this reason, I spoil my wife immensely, and I do the very best I can to be the best wife I can. So on my YouTube video that I was telling you about, this is the conversation that had happened. This is not the date that it was recorded, but it's on unlisted. I'm just going to show you a little small clip about what it is. There's another one that you can find. This is the conversation that I had with this individual. I'm just going back and forth on this. You can see it's the conversation that I had actually recorded. It was only in World that I recorded this conversation that very same day. And it wasn't a video of anybody that should not have been recorded. So my wife went and defended me, and I have her permission to record her voice. She gave me that permission. So I told people that I was recording when we were talking about the drama. Yes, it's an hour and 15 minutes and 43 seconds long. This is on private now, so it's just showing up. Her. This is when we had the conversation with this individual, you know. So it was just all this stuff, all this slander that this individual was saying, that I recorded these people without their permission. However, when you're in Second Life and you're on someone's land, or you're in public domain, or you're giving your voice, you are allowed to record their conversations, you know, if it's meant to protect yourself. However, my wife defended my character on so many levels. My quote-unquote ex-friend stated that I wasn't paying my tier, my rent on my stall that I had at her auction house. However, I usually paid for 4 weeks plus in advance. I usually always pay all my parcels 4 weeks in advance when I get paid. I always pay everything a month in advance, and I let it die down, and then when I get my next set of, monies for SL or my budget permits, I put more than just the 4 weeks on for anything I do. And this ex-friend of mine tried to make it sound like I was crazy and didn't pay my rent. And so she returned my stuff because I was overdue, but I still had time on my rental box. So she did something that's against terms of service in Second Life. If you rent a parcel, if you rent anything in Second Life and you have time left, that person's not allowed to return your items without crediting you. And I did not even receive a credit of any kind at all whatsoever. Also, person saying that I recorded drama from back in March. There is none of that. And my wife came to my rescue about that. I mean, if it wasn't for my wife, I possibly would have returned back to the old me, the old scripter me that would have, stooped low and started using my weapons HUDs and started crashing people and hunting people down and making sure they can never log back in Second Life. However, I'm really trying to change that old person and be the new, loving, kind person, the person that wants to be more loving and more generous, and not the person that's quick to anger and quick to frustration and quick to revenge. My wife has taught me the true beauty in gentleness, kindness, giving, but my wife had taught me, put my foot down and not take people's crap. And my wife is the one that defended me, and again, that is one of the reasons why, my wife is extremely spoiled here in Second Life. So, if you look at my videos, you see my real life self getting pissed off when the drama originally hit. That same conversation I had with this quote unquote friend was the same night that I had the quote unquote conversation with the quote unquote ex-sister and her husband. And her husband was speaking through her mic. But all those videos are on private. And only my homie Star, you know who you are, has seen that whole entire video. And a couple of my kids have seen it so they can understand what I was going through during that time period. And it was just some pretty much utter craziness that you guys don't even want to go through, all because I was calling auctions for Papillon. So it's put a bad flavor in my mouth over lots of things, and I'm still contemplating coming back to auctioneering my own 2 places. If you perv my profile, you see I have 2 locations in my profile for auctioneering. One is for all Papillon and the other one is for DFS and multi-breed. I am looking for auctioneers, however, I am busy with real life and have other things going on in my life. Plus, I have my beautiful wife in my real life channel as in text and keeping me sane in the real world, along with my real life boyfriend and getting my life together and my heart together. So that is one of the reasons why my wife is extremely spoiled. So speaking about being spoiled, I can just show you a little snippet of what I spoil her with sometimes. Sometimes I plan things secretively. Yes, I am secretive for a reason, but I plan these beautiful things for people I love and I care about, and I have no shame. So it's just one of the places that I share with my wife. Me and my wife share a business together, so to speak. I rented it, but she's on my box, but I let her decorate and do whatever she wanted to the stall. We just fill it up with whatever. After all, she's been there for me through thick and thin, through so much stuff and so much drama. She's the only person that I feel that is strong enough to handle any bullcrap that comes our way. A lot of partners would run, a lot of partners would break up, a lot of partners would try to find fault. But this is a place that we share. It's at a place called the Forgotten Conservatory. It's a Papillon only auction area and breedable place. You can rent the stall from my friend Gavin. Gavin's a really amazing, kind human being, and his girlfriend Floofy is extremely kind as well, very knowledgeable. So if you need anything, come and visit, come and say hi. You might see me setting up more stuff for sale. But yeah, or you may end up seeing my wife. Be very nice to my wife. She's a very good person. But it's just one place. Let me go ahead and show you the second one. This is a place called the Township of Magical Mariposa. My friend Molly used to be the owner of this place. However, she has a lot going on in her real life. If you ever see Molly in the Papillon community, say hi. Tell her Lisha sent her way. So if she gets random requests, just tell her that Lisha loves her and is missing her greatly. Okay, so if you see Molly Ladybird in Papillon community, just tell her, hey, Alicia said hi. This is a place where I used to have more stuff here. However, I wanted to surprise my wife. I cleared a lot of it out, so I finally a couple of days ago added her to my box. So now she can rent with me, but she doesn't know it yet, but she'll find out in a couple of days. But yeah, it's a place called the Township of Magical Mariposa. So if you ever want to know about Papillon readables, so I'm afraid I am. This is another place that me and my wife rent from. However, this is my stall. She has her stall. This is a place called Forest Merchants DFS Market. I do not just breedables, but I also do DFS. I do a whole bunch of other stuff. But sometimes when I'm about to run out of time, my wife covers me. Sometimes she pays my rent here on occasion. I've never had a partner be that good to me. And then when she's out of money, sometimes I go and pay hers back. So we have like a mutual taking care of each other thing. And this is my beautiful wife's a stall right here. And we're never too far away from each other. As you know, we just walked only like about 6 or 7 stalls away, and we're really relatively close to each other. So let's see, there's 1, 2, 3. Well, hope I wouldn't get stuck, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, about 6 or 7 stalls away from each other. We're not too far away from each other. So we're also into the DFS farming community as well together. So it's her fault I'm into DFS. Yes. Okay, despite my graphics, everything's gray. So just bear with it in this video, this section at least. This is my stall over at Stray Cats. This is a place called Stray Cats Breedables. Today's Second Life is extremely laggy, so it makes it very difficult to even record. But my wife is the reason why I'm even doing Stray Cats again. I totally gave up on them like 4 or 5 years ago, and now I'm back doing them again. But she's the reason why, you know, I'm doing these things. So it's a stray cat place called Stray Cat Breedable. It's in a sim called Bast, spelled B-A-S-T. And as you can tell, my stall is right here, and right behind hers, we're never too far away from each other. This is her stall. So we're always in business together, always doing something together. Even if we're not talking, sometimes we're doing our own things. We're still being respectful and kind and loving towards each other. She's still my friend at the end of the day, despite if we talk to each other on SL or not. You know, sometimes she's busy doing her thing, sometimes I'm doing my thing, sometimes she's at an auction, sometimes I'm at a different auction, but we're never too far away from each other, and I am. So this is one of the reasons why we love each other so much, and we're just really tight, really close, and she's got my back, and I don't know how or who I would be or where I would be really if it wasn't for my wife, really, to be honest. And I know this is a long video of my wife this and my wife that, but if you had a person like this in your life, in your corner, backing you up, you would make thousands of these without shame, just like I am. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, this is my profile. As you can tell, the lag is so great, even my profile picture is not even loading, but my beautiful wife's picture is up in my corner right here. Anyways, love you guys, and I hope to see you in the next video.
What you see, oh, by the vibes that I got, I'm still dreaming about. Used to have a little